Hello guys, so it's been a while now since I've done a video, a long while. I was just watching some of my old videos back just to sort of get a glimpse into how I was feeling this year. It sort of feels like a dream almost. At the minute I'm doing good. I'm not on Max. Shut up. I'm not on any drugs at the minute. I would have the odd smoke of cannabis with my friend, but that's about it. But it's just, I don't really have a lot to say like normal. Anytime I do a video I don't have a lot to say, which is part of the reason I don't do them anymore. I just do the odd one every now and again, just to really keep a record for myself, so I can look back on it, because it was actually useful to look back before my last relapse, and I got good insight into how... Max, shut up. I got good insight into how I would usually be feeling before a relapse, and the errors, I can never say that word, the errors of what I was thinking at the time. Basically, I've summed up a lot of the time, I've summed up this addiction right a lot of the times on my videos. To hand, I don't even have what those summaries are, but one of them was like just about when you start this drug, opiates especially give you short-term relief for long-term exchange for long-term agony. So you will be in agony for many years because of it, basically. So just to really update people, I think, well, yeah, I'm positive I've used since the last time I posted a video, partly due to this coronavirus situation. Every day now I would get my I get my Suboxone, buprenorphine. It's actually not called Suboxone. It's just called buprenorphine naloxone. But yeah, I don't have to go to the chemist every day, so now I'm sort of controlling my own addiction. Whereas before, I could only ever use for very short periods of time, because I'd always have to go back to the chemist and get the buprenorphine with the naloxone. For anyone who knows, or for anyone who doesn't know about the effects of naloxone, it basically is a blocker. So if I was under the influence of gear, it would put me into a withdrawal, acute withdrawal. But yeah, so it's sort of been a little liberating unexpectedly, because I was always afraid of what would happen once I'm not bound to the chemist every day. And it was a rocky start. I relapsed quite heavily when this first started, but it was just a repeat of the same old shit. When I was using, it was just me on this, I look back at it sort of romantically, like, oh, it was just me on a wild adventure, but it wasn't even wild. It was just, the only wild part of it was like harming myself by, you know, sticking stuff in my body. But I'm back now to a sort of bored state of mind. But it doesn't feel as bad as it did because I'm not the only one. Now a lot of people are home because of the coronavirus. So sort of give me a perspective. I don't know what the fuck it's giving me. I thought I would have something to say in this video, but I really don't. I'm just taking it on whether to be fully honest in the video or not. Well, I am being honest. Just I would have the odd smoke of cannabis. And I was smoking cannabis last night. I sort of feel like just shit because of it. Yeah, not a lot to say, guys. Don't even know why I'm doing this video. And I got a message from Rockin' Roberta. She replied to one of my comments just. So there's that. I should really reach out to her. But I have this really bad anxiety, always under the surface, ready to bubble up, so I can't even be myself when I talk to people. I'm always trying to be what they expect me to be, and I'm really finding it hard to find myself, or to know who I am, really. I feel like I'm wasting my life away. I could be doing more, but like even right now I could be tidying this kitchen. Just all feels overwhelming for me. Yeah. I suppose everyone has their problems, even if they're not on drugs, they still have problems. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have very much to say. My hair's a mess. Because of this coronavirus, I can't get it cut anywhere. I'm literally leaning against the wall because of no energy. My dog is doing my head in because he wants. Oh, he's sleeping now. he wants me to play with him, but I just can't. I'm just sitting watching YouTube videos and don't know what to do. I should be playing the guitar as well, but I actually played it last night, and it was really powerful. Obviously, though, I was smoking cannabis, so probably felt a lot more powerful than it was, but I wrote a song about my dad after he passed away, and I was singing it last night, and I couldn't get through it. Well, I actually did get through it, but I was basically crying my eyes out while it was happening, while I was singing it. It really hit me. And then I was watching this documentary about God on Netflix by Morgan Freeman, and anytime I'm smoking cannabis, it kicks the effects of my Suboxone in, where I sort of just go into a sort of dream state. It's not pleasurable or anything, it's just nothingness, and I sort of got this feeling that someone was touching my arm, and I heard my mum's voice, strangely. My mum's obviously still alive, and I heard her voice just saying my name, and I woke up, and I sort of felt like it was my dad saying my name, like to acknowledge that he'd heard my song, and that he forgives me for all the stress I put him under. And I sort of felt like I got his forgiveness last night, but now I have another day to conquer, so I'm getting on with that. In terms of the opiate addiction, I'm still on my Suboxone. I reduced down to 16 milligrams a while ago, So I'm taking 2 8 mg every day, and I don't see that ending. Every time I reduce by 2 mg, it always takes a lot out of me, tapering down. I did actually relapse after my last taper down. I don't think I was ready to reduce, but I did it anyway. I had been clean for like 4 months, and then I used maybe 5 months. It was St. Patrick's Day when I used and broke that relapse, or broke that period of clean time. But now I'm on a pretty long period of clean time. I think I'm coming up on 2 months. As I say, the last relapse started when this coronavirus lockdown started, which was crazy in itself because the rules were you're not allowed to see anybody, but I was going out to meet fucking Lithuanian people who like carried the bags of gear in their mouth, and I would be holding them. And at one point that I actually had to put it in my own mouth to hide from the police and all. It's just like, what the fuck. Luckily though, I didn't get sick or anything. Obviously I was sick after my relapses, which always happens. But I sort of feel now that I'm getting my Suboxone home with me, I feel like I've more control, and I'm not using now because I don't want to use, where before I wasn't using because the setup I had restricted me from using. If I wanted to stay on my Suboxone, I had no choice but then to stay clean. But now, like, I've taken my Suboxone today, but now I could, like, if I hadn't taken those, I could just go and use now, but I'm choosing not to. Same goes for tomorrow. Tomorrow I could wake up, not take my Suboxone. I could actually sell those Suboxone and get some money towards gear, so I'm choosing not to do that every day. Sometimes though the thought crosses my mind where I'm like, I can go 6 months without using, and then I can slip up once and it's as if those 6 months never happened. Because if I think about it, in the 6 years that I've been battling this addiction, it hasn't been using for 6 years. Most of the time I'm not using. It's just, I sort of look at it as people who would go out once a month or once every 3 months for a drink of alcohol. I would sort of view my usage of gear like that, like it was just a treat every time I'd been clean for a while. But that was just, it was flawed, because as I said, every time I would go back to using, it was as if staying clean never happened, and I'm back to square one. Like now I only have up to 2 months of clean time, but whereas before I had maybe 4 months of clean time and so, but it doesn't add on, so it's not like I have like 3 years of clean time, even though I probably have for the last 6 years. I've probably been clean for the best part of 4 years, 5 years possibly, if you look at the amount of days I've been clean. But it doesn't feel like that. It feels like I've just been battling this for 6 years and I've always been struggling. And in terms of having something in my system, I always have either Suboxone or opiates in my system. I'm never fully clean. So until that happens, I think I'm going to be in this state. But at the same time, I think my life will only improve once I get off the Suboxone. But I have a feeling that once I do get off the Suboxone, that then other things will come up and it'll be like, oh, now I'm not well because I wasted so many years doing nothing. I'm handicapped in that way, if that's the right term to use. But yeah, I'll just cut this video off because I don't have a lot to say, guys. I'm just checking in, mostly for myself to look back on, and just sort of get some clarity if I'm ever triggered to use. I thought I would have something more interesting to say, guys, so apologies for this video, but I guess I'll try and do a few more. I'm looking horrible at the minute, but as I say, I'm not really I don't really care about my appearance at the minute. I'm more focused on getting through each day, day by day. Anyway, I'll cut this video off now. Maybe go and have a shave. Thanks for watching, and stay clean. Even if it's hard, just remember you're better off without it. Cheerio.